Alright. We're at another bridge. I haven't trapped this one in it's been 2 or 3 years at least. I don't even know if there's enough water to put these colony traps in down here. We're gonna try. I've caught a lot of muskrat and mink here. Yeah, this might work. Oh yeah, we get enough water in here. Let's see. Yeah, it's getting deeper in here. Here we go. Yep, let's do this. Alright. Yeah, well, maybe not quite like that. There we go. Let's do that one there. And let's go. Let's see what we got for tracks in here. There's got to be. I wish that was deep enough there. I'd put one there for sure. I can't really see. I don't want to step on it. I don't want to put my tracks and my footprints in it, so I wish I could see better under here. It is pretty dark. Yeah, I think we're good right there. Yep, I like that coming down from the shallow point. That looks pretty deep. Phew, damn, it stinks the high hell on me. Oh yeah, look at that. There's mink tracks. Yeah, there's mink tracks here. Maybe we'll get lucky and pick up one of them critters. Alright, let's go across here to the other side. And let's put this one. I'm gonna put this one right. Slide that going over just a little bit. Let's come back a little bit. Don't look like they're running too much on this side. But we'll see. Perfect, just like that. Let that sit on the bottom. Could put pockets in here, I guess. About doing that. I think we'll pass on the pockets, so we'll just leave those in here for now. I think over across the street. That looks like a good place to put one though. Looks like I already had one there at one point. I don't see any beaver activity down here whatsoever, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I think for now we're just going to leave those 2 colony traps in and see if we pick anything up with those. And we'll take a quick peek on the other side and see about putting the 220 in there in the channel. Alright, I'm going to shut this down for right now. We'll pick it back up in a minute. Alright, so we're over here on the other side. I haven't seen the water this low over here in, I don't know, it seems like forever. But, there used to be, there's an old beaver bank down Beaver House in this island. I think it's right there. With a den entrance on the upper end. So what I want to try to do is put something in right here. I've caught otter in here in the past. It's a good little spot right here if we can get the trap to stay up. Find the end of that wire. Right there. Got my water gloves wet yesterday, so both pairs. So if I do something like that, I'm going to do it right and soak everything I have, not just a couple things. So let's see. Okay, right here. Yep, I guess that wire is going to be, that'll work out good, so I can wire that at least up to that tree. Hopefully that fits. And it's probably, no, it's not going to fit that way. No, this pole might not work. No, this pole's not going to work. Damn it. Alright, I gotta shut this down because I gotta find another pole. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, so I found another pole in the back of the truck. And don't you know what, half my trigger broke off while I was trying to set this trap. But I think it'll be alright. We're not gonna do anything real super special with it anyway. I just need it to stay up like that. We're gonna let that fall for a minute. I'm gonna get this wired up and then we'll figure out something on that side to hold that up. I just want to tie this off right there. Like that. And that wire's actually, the trap would almost work just like that, but we're not going to do that. I need a stick that's got some kind of a crotch in it. What can we find? Yep, that one right there will probably work just dandy. That broke. Damn it. It's got a lot of rock on the bottom. I can do that. I don't like that. I really don't like that. This one. A lot of rock on the bottom, so I don't know. I think that's gonna work. That water is cold. Yeah, that's exactly how I want that right there. Perfect. Alright. Drop that chain down. Maybe. In any event, it really don't matter. Alright. Channel's covered. Alright, I'm going to go check a few road traps and see if we got anything this morning. Rolling up on this bridge where Mr. Salmon has been hanging out. And that I can't seem to get him on video again. But actually I'll shut this off. We caught 2 muskrat here so far. They added the fiberglass pole set in here yesterday. It's still standing. Nothing in that trap. Nothing in that trap. And let's walk over here quick. Maybe we can see this one from this side. Oh, there's a salmon right there. Yeah, small one. 12, 14 inches maybe. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Oh, those are trout. Those are brook trout. Red spots. Well, there's a nice one still. Wow. Yep, 4 of them. Boy, one of those is 18 inches anyway. Nice. Surprised there's nobody fly fishing down here this morning. Alright, let's get on down the road and check a couple more traps. This culvert has been pretty good to us for the first week or so, but we haven't really caught anything in the culvert itself. It's been a little while now. This is also starting to freeze up. So, after the muskrat that are coming from up above, up that way, they're probably not going to be coming down this far. There was a muskrat house in here last year. I think that might be it. Right there in the middle. And then up around the corner there's a beaver lodge too. I need to get up in there and check that out. Just to see if there's any activity up there at all. Let's get these leaves out of this trap. Nope, not that way. Get these leaves out of here. Come on. Alright, I'll jump in the truck and go right across the street where we caught 2 nice beaver over there, and also caught 2 muskrat, I think, so far at this point. And that beaver that I caught in here yesterday, he has been fighting with something, because his back, when I skinned and fleshed him out, he had sores all over his back. So I don't know if he's been fighting with other beaver, or if there's an otter in here trying to take things over. Pole's still up. 3:30 is still set. There goes a pile of ducks. Oh, we got some raccoons in here last night, I'd say, and mink. I don't really want to put pocket sets down here for them. Another fresh beaver stick right there. Let's run up here and check. Let's go check these 2. These 2 really haven't done anything. I caught 1 rat right there in that one, but I haven't caught anything up here in this one. That seems to be the case today too. Alright, I'm going to shut this down. No critters today. I'm going to head up to Dad's here this afternoon and put the furs up that I did catch for the week. Okay, I'm going to try to demonstrate how I put a pocket set in. I'm back at home now. I'm out right out the edge of my yard in the brook. So I want to find a good place where I can make a pocket. And apparently that's not going to be it. A lot of roots and all that kind of thing in here. That actually does make a difference. It makes it hard to dig the pocket. I'm not sure that this is going to work either. Yeah, it's a wicked root right there. I hate that because it's going to... I don't want to do it right there, I guess. So many roots. I guess, alright, let me check this here. Let me see if I can find a better spot. Alright, so I came up, I don't know, 15 feet from where we just were. I've got a pocket dug. I've got a little shelf in the back. Goes in and kind of goes up. Place to put my bait. Gonna lift this up a little bit like that. And I've got hopefully we can stake that. This is a 1.5 Duke. I did not power this up. This is just a regular 1.5 Duke. Plenty strong enough to hold a coon. Still has a wire in it from when I boiled them forever ago. That pin's a little high. The only thing I don't like about putting this pocket right here is that this tree. Catch a raccoon here, they'll be able to grab this and pull up, and I don't like that. But I mean, my house is right there. This will be checked every morning. Little man comes out and checks the cubby every morning, which is only right up in there. So, alright, let's try to get that in there. Let's grab my Thor hammer. The stake is not the best one. Yeah, that went right into a root, so that's good. Alright, I'm going to take my trap. There's about 1 inch of water over my trap, and that's about what you want. You don't want more than that. I'm going to kind of guide them like this, put that guide stick in right there. And then we're going to take our awesome, this is the bait that I made. When I made the video. The chub mackerel, the oysters. Get a good dose of that right in there. I'm going to put a little bit more. Yeah, it's making things really worth getting in there for. Put some up here on the tree. And rinse that off. You can go there. I mean, that's pretty much it right there. You can put lure on if you want. Actually, if I had brought my raccoon lure with me, I would have done that. And there is one more set. And I didn't think of it until I just got down here. But I'm going to go grab another trap and some more equipment, and I bet we can do it right over there. And we're going to try it. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, I had to go get trap and gear and all that stuff, so I grabbed the lure. The paper wrap was gone off it, but this is raccoon lure. I just took a stick, broke it off, put some in the lure bottle, and stuck it right in above the pocket. I also grabbed some wire, wired to the chain, up to the tree, just for added security. I feel better that way. And we're going to go right over here, and we're going to put, I'm going to show you the PVC pipe set. So let's come down here where we just were, and I'm going to come right out here in this deeper water. That's where I want it anchored to anyway. I like that shelf right there though. I think that's going to work pretty good. Don't need that. The hammer we need, that we'll need in a minute. Let's put that there. And so what we're going to do, take this pipe, drive it right in the ground, right there, just like that. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to fill it with bait. I'm going to bait everything before I put the trap in. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to do this. No, not that. Still smaller. And what you want to do is get that right inside that pipe. I guess I'm not going to worry too much about that stuff at the bottom. Put a little bit more in. Yep, like that. So they can see that. Alright, let's put my cover back on. We have raccoon out here all the time, and there's always raccoon out here. We catch them in here every year. I'll take this strap. This is also a 1.5 Duke. And when I set these by hand, I always go under the loose jaw. Flop that up, grab your pan on the bottom side, and do it that way. That way, if that trap goes off, it's not going to catch your fingers. Okay, that's good there. Now I want this. Go through that. And I'm going to stake this right out in the deep water like that. And hopefully I can drive that. And we're going to set this trap. I'm going to make me a little bit better of a shelf, I think. Let's grab some of this dirt right here. Build that up just a little bit. So that when they're walking out here, you can set your trap right there, just like that. And then we're going to, I think we can drive that. Well, maybe not. I absolutely want this out in deeper water. It's All rock on the bottom. I don't know about it. We might end up yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna set that right there. Alright, I'm gonna take a minute. Let me see if I can figure something else out real quick. Alright, so I went and got an old rotor out of the back of my truck I used for beaver drowning slide wire. I don't want to lose any traps, and I don't want no critters out here running around with traps on them, so I want to be sure that they're not going to go anywhere. Let's see, hopefully I made that long enough. Alright, I'll take that. Oh yeah, that's going to be epic. The capital A, guys. And that's all there is to that, really. I mean, there's nothing more to it than that. I mean, you got your pipe as an attractant, a visual attractant. You got your bait inside the pipe. And these critters, whether it be coon or mink, they're traveling all these banks, checking out all these holes, everything. They're always looking for food. So when they pass by, you have your traps ready. I've actually never put traps in this brook. I have never trapped this brook. I've always had my cubby up there. Speaking of my cubby, I mentioned I've caught everything in that cubby, from bobcat, coyote, fisher, fox. The one thing I did not mention, and I did catch back in 2001, was a small baby black bear cub. And I will look for pictures of it. I have the pictures of it somewhere. I caught him in a 1.5 foot trap like that, square jaw, not round, but a square jaw. And it literally caught him right across his whole, I mean, his paw literally filled that trap. The mama bear was nowhere around anywhere. I called the game warden, they come over and we let him go. I mean, it was nothing I wanted to shoot. I mean, he didn't weigh 20 pounds. But yeah, I mean, I've even caught bear up there. So, but anyway, so this is clearing up a little bit. You can see the trap placement right underneath your PVC pipe. About an inch and a quarter of water. And we'll walk over here real quick. I'll show you. This should be cleared up now so you can see the pocket and trap placement and all that. Yep, and then there's that. You can clearly see the bait up in the pocket. And alright, well, that's how I do my pocket set. Not literally the best one I've ever made, but, and I haven't done that particular set in a long time, so we'll see what happens. We got raccoon out here running around. I know there's mink in here too, but we'll give it some time and see what happens. Alright, that's gonna do it. Alright, Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.